morning and welcome to English Lessons on Iman TV. And our lesson today, we have vocabulary section, grammar section, basically two sections. So we start our lesson with a review of words. It's not actually a review, but it's a kind of test. So I basically review the words with a test. And then after that, and the test is multiple choice. A, B, C, D. So I have a question and I have 4 answers for you. You choose the one that you think is the best answer. And then after that, we have a grammar lesson. And the grammar lesson starts with changing sentences from statement to question. We started doing this last week, but we did not have chance to finish it. So I'm going to review the first part, and then the second page of that is something that we didn't do, and we are going to do that and finish it. And these are changing statements to questions. Then after that, we're going to practice habitual past action. Means using used to. So we're going to practice that. I taught you that last week, but we did not have enough time to practice it further. So I have new exercises for you, and I give you more practice to use used to and statements and questions. And then at the end, if we have time, we will have a review of irregular verbs. And if you do not have time, we can delay that because these are not new words. We have done this before, but I want to bring it to your attention again and again and again as much as I can so that you remember them, you know how to pronounce them correctly, and you know how to spell them correctly. Okay? So let's start our lesson without any further delay. So the first part is what? A multiple choice word test or vocabulary test. So another word for word is what? Vocabulary. So please repeat, vocabulary. Vocabulary. So it's a vocabulary test, word test. Sentence number 1. They allowed John to use his dictionary. See, I underlined the word allowed. I also typed it in red color. So that's the one I want you to see. What of these other 4 words has the same meaning as that of what? Allowed. They allowed John to use his dictionary. What is the meaning of allowed? Allowed means stopped John. B, permitted John. C, encouraged John. D, discouraged John. So which one is the right answer? I want you to think about it and then give me the answer. Sentence number 2. He wears casual clothes to school. What is casual clothes? We talked about this about a week or 2 weeks ago. Casual clothes means modern clothes, traditional clothes, informal clothes, or chic clothes. Which one is the correct answer? So let's look at sentence number 1. They allowed John to use his dictionary. Allowed means the correct answer is permitted. Means they give him permission to use the dictionary. So that John said, "Can I use a dictionary?" And the teacher said what? "Yes, you can use the dictionary." So it means what? They allowed him. They permitted him. They give him permission. Okay? Somebody asks you, will you allow me? Can I use your car? You say, yes, you can use my car. It means you allow the person to use the car. So please repeat after me. Allow. Allow. The word that means the same thing is what? Permit. Permitted. Number 2. He wears casual clothes. Look at this pronunciation. So CA is what? Ka. And then SU makes the Z sound. Casual. Okay? So SU makes the Z sound or the J sound. So he wears casual clothes to school. What is the meaning of casual clothes? Modern clothes? Traditional clothes? Old style? Informal clothes? Or chic clothes? Very, very up to date. And the correct answer is what? The correct answer is informal, not formal. That is informal, casual. Let's go to the next page. But let me read these 2 sentences with correct completion. They allowed John to use his dictionary. Allowed means permitted. He wears casual clothes to school. Means he dresses informally. He wears informal clothes. Sentence number 3. The teacher purchased a new car. What does purchased mean here? What did he do with the car? He purchased a car. So what is another word for purchased? A, bought a car. B, brought a car. C, borrowed a car. D, made a car. Which one is the correct answer? Question number 4. Henry's broke. Broke in this sentence means what? A, Henry found money. B, Henry has no money. C, Henry stole money. D, Henry borrowed money. Which one is the correct answer? So let's look at sentence number 3 one more time. The teacher purchased a new car. What does purchase mean? Bought, brought, borrowed, made. The correct answer is the teacher bought a new car. So another word for purchase is what? Bought. Buy, bought. So when you purchase something, you buy it. Okay? So I want you to learn this new word. Henry is broke. Broke in this sentence means Henry found money, has no money, stole money, borrowed money. The correct answer is he has no money. So if somebody says, I'm broke, then that means what? I have no money. And broke is not the past tense of break here, okay? So you cannot say that I break every day and I broke yesterday. No. It's an adjective. The verb is what? To be verb. I am broke. He is broke. I was broke last week. Means what? Last week I didn't have money. So the verb is what? Is, was, were. Broke is the adjective. Okay? So if you talk to somebody who says what? I'm broke. Means what? The person is telling you he doesn't have money. Probably is asking you for money. Okay? Broke. I am broke. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. The teacher purchased a new car. Purchase means bought a new car. Number 4. Henry is broke. Broke means Henry has no money. Number 5. Slide means start, exit, stop, move. Steal means break, bring back, rob, spend. The correct answer for number 5 is what? Slide means you slide the door. You move the door. A sliding door, a movable door. Slide it means move it. Steal means rob. Somebody steals money. He robs money. Somebody steals money from a bank. It means what? He robs the bank. Sentence number 7. Repair means A, build, B, fix, C, buy, and D, damage. The correct answer is what? Like you repair your car. You basically what? You do what? You fix your car. Right. You go for a car repair, for fixing your car. Sentence number 8. Some people eat the peel of an orange. Peel means what? A, the seed. B, sections. C, skin. D, juice. Some people eat the peel of an orange. Which word has the same meaning as peel from these A, B, C, D choices? The correct answer is skin, the cover. The cover is called what? The peel of the orange. Let me read these sentences with correct completion. Repair means fix. Like you say what? I need to repair my car. It means I want to fix my car. Or my car needs repair. It means what? My car needs to be fixed. Some people eat the peel of an orange. So peel means the skin of an orange. Sentence number 9. A receptionist is a person who A, extinguishes fires, B, designs buildings. C, looks at x-rays. D, answers phones. Number 10, a cab driver is a person who fixes cars, buys and sells cars, collects old cars, drives taxis. Which one is the correct answer? So let's look at number 9. A receptionist is a person who answers phones. Who extinguishes fires? Firefighters. Who designs buildings? Architects. Who looks at x-rays? X-ray technicians, physicians. But the person who answers phones is what? A receptionist. A cab driver is a person who drives taxis, because cab is what? Another word for taxi. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. A receptionist is a person who answers phones. A cab driver is a person who drives taxis. Now, this is the next part, the other part of the lesson. This is the grammar part. Here, we started this last week, but we didn't get a chance to finish it. You change these sentences to questions. Sentence number 1. Wahab prays early in the morning every day. To change a sentence to question, you need to find the verb. The verb is what? Prays here. This is the verb, prays. Then we need to see what the time is. Every day. It means something is repeated. And then we need to look at the subject. What? Wahab. Is this singular or plural? Singular. Third person singular. Now, based on the time and the form of the verb, we can say that what? This is a simple present tense. For simple present tense, the verb is what? Praise. Is this action verb or to be verb? Pray is what? An action verb. You do something. You pray. So for action verb in the present tense, we have only two options. Do or does. Do for what? For plural form. And does for what? For singular form. In this case, we say what? Does Wahab pray early in the morning every day? We did this sentence last week. I'm bringing it to your attention again because the exercise was not finished. Number 2, we are learning English on Iman TV now. So you need to look at the time, now. The verb, are learning. The subject, we. So we need to look at the verb, are learning. Is there a to be verb in the sentence? The answer is what? Yes. There are 5 words that are to be verb. Is, am, are, was, were. If you have any of these 5 words or verbs, you don't need to do anything. Bring that word at the beginning of the sentence changes what? To a question. And of course, you have to change the intonation. So here, we don't have to worry about the subject or anything else. Just bring the to be verb. So the to be verb is are, bring are at the beginning. Then you say what? Are we learning English on Iman TV? The only change you bring is what? Look at are in the statement. See? We are. This is lowercase a. But when you bring it at the beginning, you need to change this lowercase a to what? To a capital A. Are we learning English on Iman TV? And again, you change the period to question and you make it rising intonation. We are learning English on Iman TV. Are we learning English on Iman TV? So you do 2 things. Rising intonation and question mark when you write it. Sentence number 3. Amit traveled to Egypt in 2014. Or Hamid, so you read it any way you like. So you need to find the verb, traveled. Is this a to be verb? Traveled? No, it's not one of those 5. Remember? Is, am, are, was, were. It's not one of them. So it means what? We can't bring that at the beginning. So we need to see the tense. What is the tense? Traveled. Is this present tense? Present progressive tense? Or past tense? The answer is what? It's a past tense. For past tense, which one do you use? You only use for action verb did, regardless of what the subject is. So we say what? Did Hamid travel, or Hamid, to Egypt in 2014? And again, remember, like what we did with sentence number 2, with number 3 too. Well, actually, when you bring did at the beginning, it has to be what? In capital D. You don't write it lowercase d. Did Hamid travel to Egypt in 2014? Number 4, Ali was a doctor in India. Ali was a doctor in India. So find the verb. The verb is what? Was. Is was one of the to be verbs? The answer is what? Yes. Is, am, are, was, were. So if it's a to be verb there, everything is simple. Bring was at the beginning, and that's what we get. Was Ali a doctor in India? So again, look at was. It's lowercase w at the here, but when you bring it at the beginning of the sentence, you have to change it to what? To a capital W. Now let me read the statement in the question, and then we go to the next page. Wahab prays early in the morning every day. Does Wahab pray early in the morning every day? Number 2, we are learning English on Iman TV. Are we learning English on Iman TV? Hamid traveled to Egypt in 2014. Did Hamid travel to Egypt in 2014? One thing I forgot to bring to your attention, that when you use did, you don't use the ed with the verb. See, you say Hamid traveled, ed. But when you say did Hamid travel, you don't use the ed there. Okay? Ali was a doctor in India. Was Ali a doctor in India? So I have 5 more sentences here for you before we move to another activity. Number 5. Zia used to play soccer every day. Number 6. Many Afghans live in Fremont, California. Number 7. Zala worked for Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul in 1975. Number 8. The students look tired. Now, let's see if we can change these sentences to question. Zia used to play. So we need to find out what the verb is. Used to play. Used to play means what? Something in the past. For past tense, what do we use? We use did. So you bring what? Did at the beginning of the sentence. Did Zia used to play soccer every day? So it's preferred that with used to, when you use did, you don't put the D over there. Did Zia used to? So we cannot use is, was, or were because they are not in the sentence. There is no to be verb here. Did Zia used to play soccer every day? Many Afghans live in Fremont, California. Find the verb, live. Is this to be verb or action verb? The answer is what? It is an action verb. It's not to be verb. So is this present tense or past tense? Live is what? Present tense. So for present tense, we have only 2 options. We use do or does. Does for what? Singular. Do for plural. Now, many Afghans. Are we talking about one Afghan or more than one? Of course, more than one. Thousands of Afghans live in Fremont. So we use what? Do. Do many Afghans live in Fremont, California? In writing, when you say the city and then the state, you need to put a comma between the state and the city. So you say, many Afghans live in Fremont, comma, California. And in this case, you write California completely. You don't abbreviate it, okay? And again, in the question too, do many Afghans live in Fremont, comma, California? Zala worked for Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul in 1975. Now, look at the verb, worked. Is it the to be verb? No. So what do? Present or past? Worked. Past. Ed. So for ed, for past, we use what? Did. Did Zala work for Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul in 1975? And look here, that we say Zala worked, because 1975 is long time ago. So we use past tense. But when you make it question with did, you drop the ed. You say what? Did Zala work, not worked. Okay, that's the grammar rule to keep in mind. The students look tired. Find the verb. The verb is what? Look. The students is the subject, then look is the verb, and tired is the complement. So look is what? The verb. Now, is it to be verb or action verb? The answer is what? It's action verb. Is it past or present? Although we don't have the time, but what? It is the present time. So if it's present time, we have only two choices, do or does. Now, that depends on the subject. So what is the subject? The students. Are we talking about one student or more than one? Of course, students, more than one. So for more than one, we use what? Do. Do the students look tired? You change the intonation and you put a question mark at the end. Let me read these statements with the questions, and then we move to another activity. Zia used to play soccer every day. Did Zia used to play soccer every day? Many Africans live in Fremont, California. The question is what? Do many Africans live in Fremont, California? Number 7. Zala worked for Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul in 1975. Did Zala work for Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul in 1975? The students look tired. Do the students look tired? Now let's go to the next page. The next page is using used to. First, I review the rules for you, and then I have a new activity for you to practice this. Rule number 1. We use used to express a past situation or habit that we no longer do. In other words, you use it for something that you did it again and again and again in the past. You don't do it anymore. Like I could say what? I used to live with my mother. Means I don't live with my mother anymore. Jim used to smoke. Jim, the name of a person, he smoked in the past. He doesn't smoke anymore. So that's when you use used to. We use did to make the question in different ways. Did plus subject plus used to, did plus subject plus used to. So sometimes you keep the D there. But in correct grammatical form is not to use the D, because we studied that we don't use D when we use did. So did Jim used to smoke is one of the answers, or then did Jim used to smoke is the other answer. We use didn't in negative form. So we say what? Ahmad didn't used to drink tea, or Tim didn't used to drink coffee. Again, using D and used to after didn't is optional. And the most important thing is what? When you say used to, you write it used to, but you do not pronounce the D. So I used to live with my mother. So you write the D when you write it, but you don't say it when you speak. So you don't say I used to. Actually, you cannot, because there are two sounds, the T and D. They're both sounds that are produced with the tip of the tongue against the bony part of our gum. So that's why the kind of one of them is dropped. Okay, so you say what? I used to live with my mother. Now the practice. I give you sentences that you need to use used to or make it question. First example. Did you blank collect stamps when you were young? No, I blank collect stamp when I was young. I basically want you to use the word used to and the question form of it in many different situations. So here you say, did you used to collect stamp when you were young? You say, no, I didn't used to collect stamp when I was young. So when you use did, you say used to with no D, and then when you give the answer, If it's positive, you use D. If it's negative, you do not. No, I didn't used to collect stamp when I was young. Collect stamp means what? Postage stamps. Some people collect some from different countries, from different times, and they put it there and they look at them every day or every week and they make themselves happy. They have a stamp collection. Sentence number 1. Did you and your brother blank swim in Popal River? That's a question. Means did you swim in Popal River again and again and again in the past? What's your answer? Yes, we blank swim in Popal River every day. Question number 2. Did you blank spend time with your friends? Yes, blank spend time with my friends. Now sentence number 1, did you and your brother used to swim in Popal River? See, because of this did, you say used to. Means we did it repeatedly, okay? Yes, we used to swim in Popal every day. Okay? See, you say we used to, we put the D over there. Means again and again and again you swam in Popal River. Number 2, did you spend time? Did you used to spend time with your friends? The answer is what? Yes, I used to spend time with my friend. Again, be careful when you write it. When you give the long answer, you use what? D. Let me read these 2 sentences with correct completions. Did you and your brother used to swim in Popal River? Yes, we used to swim in Popal River. Did you used to spend time with your friends? Yes, I used to spend time with my friend. Now, let's go to the next page. What kind of movies blank you watch? I blank watch horror movies. Remember, you use the word used to and did. What kind of food blank you blank eat? And then you give the answer. Where blank you blank travel for vacation, and then you give the answer. So let's look at number 1. What kind of movies? What do you put in this blank space? Please say did, if it works. What kind of movies did you what? Used to watch. Means in the past. What kind of movies did you repeatedly used to watch? I used to watch horror movies. What kind of movies are horror movies? Horror movies are movies that scares you. You watch them, you get very scared. They show you dead people. They show you a lot of blood. They show you something that scares you. You cannot fall asleep. You're afraid. That's horror movies. Some people like them very much. What kind of food did you used to eat? See, again, when you say did, you don't put the D after use. What kind of food did you used to eat? I used to eat Afghan food, but now I eat American food. Means if you don't eat Afghan food anymore, then you say what? I used to eat Afghan food. In my case, this is not true, however. Where did you travel for vacation? So you put did here and then used to. Where did you travel for vacation? I used to travel to Jalalabad and Herat for vacation. I used to, not anymore. Okay, let me read these questions and answers and then we'll go to the next activity or page. What kind of movies did you used to watch? I used to watch horror movies. Again, horror movies are what? Scary movies. Movies that scare you, make you very, very afraid. What kind of food did you used to eat? I used to eat Afghan food, but now I eat American food. Where did you used to travel for vacation? I used to travel to Jalalabad and Herat for vacation. Now look at sentence number 6. Did you blank to be messy when you were a child? Yes, blank, very messy when I was a child. So what do you put in this blank? Did you used to be messy when you were a child? Yes, I used to be messy when I was a child. So there is a B there, but my computer doesn't allow B to be seen, but it should be, I used to be very messy when a child. What is the meaning of messy? If somebody is messy, what does that mean? What kind of a person is that person is? A child who is messy means what? What kind of a child? Well, here is a picture. This child is messy. You give him food to eat, he puts it all over his face. Okay? This child is what? A messy child. Here is another example. Somebody plays with his toys, he puts the toys all over the room. He's a messy child. Okay? So a messy child is what? That makes everything everywhere and makes everything dirty, so you need to spend a lot of time to clean it. So this little cute child is what? Very cute, but very messy. Throws food everywhere. Okay? Number 7. Did you, blank, have a lot of friends when you were a teenager? Yes. Blank, I had a lot of friends when I was a teenager. So here you say what? Did you used to? Means in the past. Yes, I used to have a lot of friends when I was a child. Let me read these sentences with correct completion, and then I have another activity for you. Did you used to be messy when you were a child? Yes, I used to be messy, very messy when I was a child. Did you used to have a lot of friends when you were a teenager? Teenager means when you're in your teens, like you're 13, 14, 15, 16, teen. When it comes that word at the end, that's teenager. Okay? Did you used to have a lot of friends when you were a teenager? Yes, I used to have a lot of friends when I was a teenager. The next part, you're going to make sentences about these situations. The question I have for you is this: have you changed? Now, write 5 sentences about yourself and say how you have changed. For example, the way you dress today, the way you dress in the past. Has it changed or it's the same thing? So, with dress style, you could say what? You dressed casually or you dress formally now? Or you wore casual dress, formal dress. So, how have you changed? Casual, formal. Your taste in food. How has it changed? In the past, what kind of food did you eat? Now, what kind of food? So I give you 2 choices. Oily food and what? Healthy food. Okay? So, which one is true about you? Hairstyle. Well, I shouldn't talk about hairstyle myself, but there are people that what? That they have long hair or short hair. Right? So these are the choices you have. Hobbies. Hobbies what? Things that you do for fun. And I have given you 2 choices, soccer and reading. Which one was your hobby? Your taste in movies. What kind of movies did you like? I've given you 2 choices, cartoons and what? Horror movies. So what we need to do is what? Make sentences. Say that you did something in the past you used to, and then now you have changed and you do this. Okay? So sentence number 1. So first of all, repeat after me these words together. Please repeat. Casual, formal, oily food, healthy food, long hair, short hair, soccer, reading, cartoons, horror. Now let's look at the example here. Have you changed? Now write 5 sentences. Sentence number 1, the way you dress today. So some people dress what? They're casual. Other people are what? Formal. An example of a casual is what? This person. He is what? Very casual. This guy is what? Very formal. Now make a sentence that in the past you were casual, now you are formal. Then you need to use what? Used to. Used to shows what? That you did something in the past, but you don't do it anymore. So the sentence could be what? You can say that what? I used to wear casual clothes, but now I wear formal clothes. Casual clothes, formal clothes. I used to wear casual clothes, but not anymore. Okay? Next sentence. Your taste in food. Again, remember, you have two choices. One is what? Oily food, and the other one is what? Healthy food. Example of oily food is this: French fries, and also chicken, which is kind of what? All made in oil. So it's all oily food, which is not healthy. And then healthy food is what? You eat a lot of vegetables and fruit and fish that's healthy. Now, make a sentence. Something that you did in the past, you don't do it anymore. So you could say what? I used to eat oily food. Means what? You don't eat oily food anymore. But now I eat healthy food. Oily food, healthy food. I used to eat oily food. Now I eat healthy food. Okay. Next one was what? Your hairstyle. You could wear what? Long hair or short hair. The verb for hair is wear. Like you wear a jacket, I wear a tie, you wear your hair. Okay? It is an example of what? A person with long hair. And it is an example of a person with what? With short hair. So you could say what? Tom used to have long hair. Now he has short hair. Long hair, short hair. I believe any kinds of hair is better than no hair. Okay, but these two guys, one is wearing what? Long hair. The other one is wearing short hair. Another one is hobbies. Playing soccer, reading books. So this guy plays soccer and this reads books. So you could say what? Ali used to play soccer. Means not anymore. But now he reads books. Ali used to play soccer, but now he reads books. The last one is what? Your taste in movies. You could write cartoons, or you could like what? Horror movies. Example of cartoon is something like this. An example of horror movies that scare you like that. So you could say what? That Umaid used to watch cartoons, but now he watches what? Horror movies. Okay? So in the past, when he was a kid, he used what? He used to watch cartoons. Those days are over. Now, watching what? He watches horror movies. Cartoons, horror movies. Now, we need to move to the next page. And the next page is what? I promise you that we're going to review verb forms. These are the ones that we completed all of the irregular verb review last week, but I'm starting from the beginning again because of the frequency of usage of these words. They are used all the time in speaking, in reading, and writing, so you really need to know how to pronounce them and how to use them, how to write them, and of course, you need to know the meaning of these words. Otherwise, you will not be able to do anything with them. So the first group of words are 10 words that I'm going to give you. So please repeat after me together. Build. The past tense is what? Built. And the past participle is built. Burn. Burned or burnt. Both of them are correct. Buy, bought, bought. Build means like you build a building or you build a bridge. Make. Build means make. Burn means put something on fire. And buys, we learn a new word today, purchase. Catch, caught, caught. You catch a bird, for example. You also use it with diseases. You catch cold, for example. You catch a ball, for example. Please repeat. Choose. Chose. Chosen. Come. Came. Come. Cost. 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 Cut. Cut. And cut. Dig. Dug. And dug. And finally, dive. Dived or dove, and dived or dove. Please repeat after me together. Build, built, built. Number 2, burn, burned, burnt. Number 3, buy, bought, bought. Number 4, catch, caught, caught. Number 5, choose, chose, chosen. Number 6, come, came, come. Number 7, cost, cost, cost. Number 8, cut, cut, cut. And number 9, dig, dug, dug. And number 10, dive, dove, dived, and dive. One thing about the past tense of dive, dove, so it's pronounced 2 ways. As a verb, you say dive, dove. So that's how you say dove. But you can also pronounce this dove. And dove is what? The noun, it's a kind of bird. Okay? Dove. Dove is it's the same word, same spelling, same everything. You just pronounce it differently. Okay? You could say this is a dove. He has a dove. But here, as a verb, you say what? Dive, dove. Now let's go to the next page. In the next page, what we have is we have 5 words and 5 blank spaces. So you need to know the meaning of each word and then the meaning of the words in the sentences and then decide which word is used in what blank and also decide which form of the verb. The present form, the past form, the present progressive form, the past progressive form, or the used to form. The children, expensive toys last week. Which one is the right answer for this? The children what? And because of last week, whatever you choose, you have to use what? The past form of it. So you could say, the children chose expensive toys last week. So you need to say chose. These workers are blank, a new bridge now. What do workers do with the bridge? Which word will make sense here? And again, look at the time. Now, not yesterday, not every day, not tomorrow, but right now. For right now, what do you use? Building. And remember, when you use building, you have to have are here. That's why you say what? These workers are building a new bridge now. If you say the workers building new bridge, that's not correct English. If you say the workers are build new bridge, that's also not correct English. You must say are building. The workers are building. If it's one worker, you say the worker is building. I am building. He is building. But we are building a bridge now. Number 3, Jess, a terrible cold last week. Remember, you catch a cold. But because it's last week, you say what? That Jess caught a terrible cold last week. Bob a lot of groceries every week. So what do you do with the groceries? You buy groceries. Because every week you say buy. But because it is Bob, one person, you have to use what? S with the verb. Bob buys a lot of groceries every week. If it's we say what? We buy. They buy. You buy. I buy. But Bob buys. Umaid buys. Big cars burn a lot of fuel all the time. Because it is cars, you have to say what? Burn. Let me read these sentences with correct completion. The children chose expensive toys last week. These workers are building a new bridge now. Jess caught a terrible cold last week. Bob buys a lot of groceries every week. Big cars burn a lot of fuel all the time. The next page. So the words are come, cost, cut, dig, and drive. Our teacher to class on time every day. What do you say here? Our teacher comes to class on time every day. Because every day you say what? Come. But because it's our teacher, one person, you need to use what? S with it. Our teacher comes to class every day. These drivers, big trucks every day. These drivers what? Drive big trucks. Again, drivers, S is there, no S here. So if there is no S with the noun, it's singular, you put an S with the verb. If there is an S with the noun, you don't put S with the verb. In other words, if the noun is, the subject is singular, you need to put S with the verb. Jim wants to plant a tree. He, a hole, now. It's right now. You say what? He's digging a hole now. He's digging a hole now. John, the paper, with a pair of sharp scissors now. John is what? Cutting a paper with a pair of sharp scissors now. It's just because of now that you have to use is cutting. These new cars, more next year, will what? Will cost more next year. So let me read these sentences with correct completion. Our teacher comes to class on time every day. These drivers drive big trucks every day. Jim wants to plant a tree. He's digging a hole now. John is cutting the paper with a pair of sharp scissors now. These new cars will cost more next year. Now I'm going to review these words and then you will stop there. And today my lesson is live. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to call and then I'll be glad to answer your questions in Farsi, in Pashto, in English. You choose the language and we can do it. So let me read this again. Please repeat after me together. This is a review that this first happened in lesson 9. That's why you see lesson 9. So these words were repeated in lesson 9. So please repeat after me together. Build, built, built. Burn, burnt, burnt. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. And then we have what? Choose, chose, chosen. Come, came, come. Cost, cost, cost. Cut, cut, and cut. Dig, dug, dug. And number 10, dive, dived, dove, and dived. Okay. Let me read one more time. Repeat after me, and then you'll stop. Build, built, built. Burn, burned, burned. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Choose, chose, chosen. Come, came, come. Cut, cut, cut. Dig, dug, dug. Dive, dived, dove, dived. So we end our lesson here, and my expectation is that you review and review and review and make yourself ready for next lesson next week. بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز ما با همینجا به پایان رسید. تا هفته آینده شما را به خداوند میسپارم. باید بگوییم که درس امروز ما لایف است. اگر شما کدام سوال یا پیشنهاد داشته باشید، شما میتونید با نمره‌هایی که به صفحه تلویزیون شماست با ما تماس بگیرید. امیر الهان و ما حاضر هستیم که سوالای شما را با دری یا پشتو جواب بگوییم. به ترتیب اگر تلفن نباشه ما دیگر پروگرام به پایان میرسانیم. بازم شما را به خداوند در دو عالم میسپارم. تا هفته آینده هفته خوش به شما میخواهیم. تشکر.